Hello everyone, welcome into the NovaCare complex for this Tuesday edition of Eagles 360 presented by Xfinity. Despite a 4-6 start, the reality is there's still a lot of football left to play. 2 games out of the top of the NFC East with a 3-game stretch against division opponents up next. But all eyes are on the New York Giants, who are riding their first winning streak in nearly 2 years after consecutive wins over the 49ers and the Bucs. Defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz said the biggest difference from their Week 6 matchup is how the Giants have found a little success with the power running game.
They're leaning more on Barkley, not only catching the ball, which he was early in the season, but running the ball and really pounding it on inside runs. So I think that's probably the biggest difference. They got Ingram back, but even getting him back, they've still gotten a lot of just 2 back sets, 2 tight end sets, and tried to be a little bit more of a power running team. And quite honestly, that's what I would do against us right now. So we're going to be ready for it.
Jim Schwartz has 2 areas at the core of his weekly evaluation: points allowed and turnovers, and went on to explain how the Eagles' defensive focus really employs all 3 levels, not just the front 7. Malcolm Jenkins echoed that statement with us.
At the end of the day, you got to man up. And, runs, they had the one big run, but other than that, really none of the runs got out of the grasp of the defense. They just moved us for 5-6 yards every time they ran it. So that's a direct, I think, challenge to our demeanor, our toughness, who we are as men. It's not like they had a scheme that we just couldn't handle or they were breaking. They had like 2 runs. One was a breakdown, the other was a missed tackle. But other than that, they ran it right at us and moved the ball. So that's a gut check for us.
Beyond controlling the run game, it all comes down to the championship culture the Eagles have built. That's what really separates Philadelphia from other clubs, and it all starts right here.
I think it starts with the guys in front. You're going to have young guys that are going to look to myself, they're going to look at Carson, they're going to look at Chris Long, Michael Bennett, Fletcher Cox, and see how are we approaching these meetings, how are we approaching our preparation practices. Is there effort? Is there urgency? Are we demanding, excellence from every single person, from every single coach? Or are guys looking for reasons to, fold up? Are we looking for outs and easy ways to, either point the finger or kind of slip out of the limelight? It's one of those things where we are what we are. You can either own that and change it, or you can look for ways to hide. And unfortunately, with all these cameras and the way we're in the public eye, there's no hiding. So you might as well stand on what you got.
Stand on what you got. 2 teams standing tall after an instant classic on Monday Night Football. The Rams, the first to reach 10 wins this season, combining with the Chiefs for 105 total points and 14 touchdowns. It's the first time in NFL history that a team scored 50 in a loss. As a league, we're looking at the most total points and most touchdowns through 11 weeks in NFL history. Enter Eagles offensive coordinator Mike Rowe, who is always prepared for the challenge, and he's confident that his team will find that offensive spark on Sunday.
We all have to do better, and that's down in and down out. And until that happens, we're going to see inconsistency of performance. But when you see when we're really rolling, like we had one drive the other day, we've been able to put 2 or 3 good drives together a game. But we haven't been able to sustain that consistency of performance, and we know that that's what we're searching for, and that's what we're working for, and we got to get started on that today.
I feel like at times we hurt ourselves with mental mistakes, and we just got to stop doing that. We have a great offense, we have great guys, and I don't think that although we play great teams, I don't think it's so much on them as it is on us. So. Each and every week we have to come and evaluate what we're doing, try to fix those little mistakes, and I feel like we're definitely going to do that.
It wasn't just simply Carson, and we all know that Carson's extremely accountable, and he takes a lot of this on his shoulders, and feels responsible for it really probably more than he needs to. And we're in this together, and we all got to do our part. And that's everybody, and so when that happens, you just got to try to find a completion and get yourself back into the rhythm of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to catch a rhythm early in the game from an offense perspective. I think if we're able to do that, we'll be able to execute the rest of the game at a high level. We just have to catch a spark early on offense. Got to score points in the first quarter. That is the bottom line. That is the big thing from this entire season that I've taken so far, is that we need to score points in the first quarter. I've been saying it for 10 weeks now, and hopefully it comes true this week.
We kicked off Monday's show with head coach Doug Peterson running down the injury list. And yes, it's a lengthy one, but you guys know it's all part of being a professional in the National Football League. Just ask defensive tackle Tim Jernigan, who was officially activated today. That's some good news, but there continues to be no excuses inside the Eagles locker room.
Whoever's out there, we got to play with. I mean, that's just the name of the game. There's no need wasting energy fretting about who's out there. Is get them prepared, get them confident, and go play ball.
Now time to look ahead thanks to Amoroso's. Check out what's on the menu Wednesday, 10:45 a.m. Head coach Doug Peterson will step to the mic. Then go behind enemy lines with Pat Shermer, followed by another edition of Eagles 360 presented by Xfinity. See you then.